Apex Legends is getting a 2.0 version of the game with massive updates and overhauls, so let's dive in and talk about what exactly that could look like, and there are some awesome things leaked that should be coming to the game. So just today, the most recent EA quarterly earnings call took place, where the EA CEO was discussing both the recent performance of Apex Legends and what's in store for the future. Looking at the last quarter, which took place during October through December of 2024, the EA CEO mentions that the in-game revenue within Apex Legends declined year over year during this quarter, but this was essentially something that they were expecting or anticipating. Now, I'll dive deeper into this later in the video, but milestone events could be going away as EA tried to monetize the game as much as possible this past year and ultimately failed. But back to that EA earnings call, looking ahead, the CEO mentioned that the teams are working on a major update for Apex Legends, Apex 2.0 if you will, that they intend to release after the next Battlefield's launch, which could come out towards the end of 2025. Now, one thing that is super interesting is that during the previous earnings call, the EA CEO mentioned that Apex Legends 2 was not in the cards at the time, and that the version 2 thing is almost never as successful as the version 1 thing. So what's the reason for the change of mind here? My best guess is simply due to the fact that player retention and player count has reduced over the last year, at least based on the Steam charts for PC players. Now, of course, some of that player decline could be due to players launching from the Epic Game Store launcher or the EA app instead, but honestly, the player base has grown so tired of the same old formula within Apex Legends that something needs to change. And well, all of that does seem to be changing for 2025 and beyond. This is what was said on the earnings call, which is super eye-opening as to what the team will be focusing on. They said, as we think about Apex today, I really think about the development happening across 3 core vectors. The first is how do we continue to support this incredible community that plays the game day in and day out, which numbers tens of millions of people, and that's both quality of life anti-cheat and all of the things that make the core experience great, as well as the creation of new content for that community. The second phase is we do believe there will be a time where we need to do a more meaningful update of Apex as a broad game experience, and the team is diligently working on that. What I think we've demonstrated as a company is an ability to build franchises that last 10, 20, 30 years and growing. Our expectation is Apex will also be one of those franchises, and that sometime on a longer term horizon, there will be an even bigger, more meaningful update to that broader game experience and Apex 2.0, if you will. This will not be the final incarnation of Apex. For starters, Season 24, known as Takeover, is about to launch, and it is going to be an anniversary season where we typically see large updates at this time of the year. For instance, last year's anniversary season included the Legend perk upgrades, which in my opinion was a great change to the overall gameplay for the Legends, and on top of that, there were challenges to keep players engaged all season long to unlock a reactive flatline skin completely for free, and it does look like something similar could be releasing for this season's anniversary event. According to Thornton and Smash, who got some leaks, both Season 24 and Season 25 are packed with content and free rewards. Now, as I mentioned earlier, EA tested extreme monetization in 2024, and now they are going to be scaling that back. This includes less universal heirlooms and more legend-based ones, since these tie better into the lore and players have a greater connection with them than the universal ones. Additionally, the milestone events could be completely gone, which honestly I would love to see, as these things are really predatory and are essentially just gambling. Now, with the return of legend-specific heirlooms, there are slated to be some changes. For starters, Mad Maggie's heirloom could be releasing in Season 24, and it is leaked to be a dual wield similar to Sears and Lifeline's heirlooms, and that it would be some type of knife like this with brass knuckles as well. Additionally, it's been leaked from Hypermist that Newcastle's heirloom is also slated to release, but it would come with 3 recolors. And essentially going forward, it seems like heirlooms should act similar to how they did within Apex Mobile as signature weapons. If you didn't play Apex Mobile, I'll explain how these signature weapons worked and what should be coming to the main game soon. Essentially, these signature weapons came with different textures and effects that you could customize as you progress the weapon, similar to how you progress a prestige skin to unlock the finisher or the skydive trail. Now, we don't know exactly how this will work for Newcastle's heirloom and other ones right now, but hopefully it is not locked behind exotic shards to unlock those recolors like how it is for the universal heirlooms. On top of these cosmetic changes, there's also leaks of Fade coming to the game, the return of arenas with big updates, and more. Starting with Fade, we actually have his leaked abilities. Now, these could of course change, and we don't know exactly when he will release, but some of his kit will sound familiar to you. Fade's passive, known as Void Reflex, allows you to auto-enter the void before getting knocked, and that there will be a cooldown with this. We've actually been testing this out in Season 23 within the Rift relics. The Void Reflex boost kit let you phase shift when knocked down, so that item will essentially be Fade's passive. His tactical, known as Phase Rewind, allows you to rewind to your past location, and this should in theory work very similar to how his tactical from Apex Mobile worked, and in my opinion, this feels like a more skilled and useful version of a Bamboozle, so I'm really excited to see this release. Last Lastly, Fade's ultimate ability, known as Phase Chamber, would send all players within a certain radius into the void and also mark enemies. Additionally, we do have Fade's perks, which include the ability to rewind a further distance for his tactical, a lower cooldown, and a speed boost while using his passive. For the level 3 perks, these are a bigger chamber radius for his ult, a longer void time, and enemies marked after exiting the void. There are also talks of Rhapsody coming to the main game at some point, but no leaked abilities have been revealed just yet. Now, to keep the content going, Arenas is expected to return, but with a twist. For starters, it will come with a huge overhaul, including new maps and an updated store system. Now, a couple of these maps that were being worked on many seasons ago are being shown on your screen. We don't know if these are the maps coming when Arenas is returning or if there are other ones being worked on, but as soon as official information is out, I will be sure to make a video, so if you haven't liked the video yet or subscribed down below, consider doing that so you are always updated on all things Apex Legends. Now, the potential bad news with the return of Arenas is that it is slated to be an LTM, at least initially, just like the return of solos a few seasons ago. Respawn is likely testing out how much players are enjoying or even just playing Arenas when it does return before fully implementing it within the game. So with Apex 2.0, what other changes could we see? Let me know down below what you hope gets added as I'm talking through these possibilities. Now, it has been talked about a lot, but an update or transition to a new engine could be massive for the longevity of the game. And PWN let us know some information regarding this, that there has been prototypes of adapting to a new engine, which would change the accessibility of the game, including movement being slightly updated. And with the new engine, there are so many possibilities that could come with it. For example, we could have weather systems within the maps, such as fog, rain, and wind, to make games more unique each time. There could even be ways to make the world and maps more reactive, including destructible environments like trees, parts of buildings, and other objects, which would allow players to create new paths and destroy cover. Seriously, just imagine being able to shoot out a wall to create a new entry point or break through windows to escape a trap. On top of this, an update to progression systems such as ranked and legends could be coming. Now, it has been discussed and leaked before, but a legend progression system similar to the weapon levels that we have now would be absolutely massive, especially if they did it right, where anytime you fully completed all challenges for a legend, you unlocked a unique and exclusive skin. This would also incentivize players to try out different legends than they are used to and get exposed to new playstyles. Personally, I cannot believe that they haven't added this yet, so hopefully it is part of the Apex 2.0 expansion. Additionally, a much needed revamp to the ranked reward system is necessary in my opinion. Now, it seemed like Respawn tried to get this going with the ranked rumble a couple of seasons ago. At this time, there's really not much point of grinding ranked anymore in my opinion with the lackluster rewards ever since they got rid of skydive trails. Those were seriously one of the coolest rewards in the game, so hopefully some new and improved ones that incentivize players to grind ranked release soon. I would love to see exclusive skins, emotes, or victory animations based on your seasonal rank. Some type of in-game element that isn't just a badge or a frame on my banner would be so awesome to grind for. Even having seasonal leaderboards in-game for each platform would be so cool to see and work towards, assuming that they do get the cheater situation completely under control. And lastly, I would truly love to see an expansion on the custom matches where there could be player designed maps and game modes. This feels like a way for Apex to always be fresh. The community that loves this game would be incredibly dedicated to make engaging content for the players, and I personally think that Apex takes themselves way too seriously sometimes, and that people just want to have fun when they hop on a game. Giving players the ability to get creative and work on custom maps and modes would breathe untouched life into this game that has never existed before. So there you have it. Lots of updates coming to Apex Legends in 2025. I'll be sure to keep creating videos as more news comes out, so if you want to follow along, be sure to subscribe. We do have season 24 releasing very soon, so I'll be making videos all about that as official details release. And if you made it this far in the video, here's a special treat for you. This is apparently what has been in the playtest for season 24 according to Thornton. No new map update, no new legend, no new arena, LTM mode with weapon prestige skins, red shield being removed, ash and ballistic buffs confirmed, a sword of Lupin with customizable weapons, POI names on the map like Warzone, and the R301 mythic skin. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.